Hello viewers, so here we are on to another 30 minutes of gameplay. That first video was so popular I thought I'd do another one. Now this one, obviously there's going to be a bit few of these more silent scenes and stuff like that where I've had to remove the music now. I thought I'd give you a taster of that in part one, but obviously we can't play all of that on YouTube. So time for a tour then, going to another race. I've missed one race on the way here. It's just one bit I've cut out. So we've had 30 minutes and 15 minutes missed, and then another back on it again with this race here. And this is the car you saw me buying towards the end of part one. I say buying, winning, changing the colour on. And so now it's just really just a case of exploring the map, and as I say, it's a new game, so what do you do, how do you play it, how do you upgrade your cars? We'll be discovering all of that. But first thing I want to do is a few races just to get into it. Note that obviously I've got it on a high difficulty. As far as the AI is concerned, it's on the, I think it's the insane difficulty is what I've got it on, which is good to have more of a challenge. I like to see it's challenging. I think sometimes, you know, Forza 3 and 4 have been a bit easy when it's come to the AI, so it's nice to see them much more challenging this time. So into a race.
Word of advice, kid. Don't worry about getting podium.
A mix of dirt and tarmac. Looking at the different attributes of the car and how to drive it. So away we go. Nice graphics and colours. Great feeling of movement. And of course braking here earlier to get onto the less grippy dirt. I'm really just trying to keep as clean a line as possible.
Show off your skills around Colorado, and Horizon sponsors will pay you big money. Nice, huh?
If only making money was so easy. So here we are then, trying to cut through the field. Little mistake here. That cost me. Oh, not too bad. Managed to hold it together. I thought I'd actually jumped down into the right gear, but I hadn't, so I had a late shift then and lost a bit more ground on that exit than I should have. So trying to keep the car as straight as possible, maximise my speed through this section, close up on these guys. Nice around that corner. Not really much more speed for me than that. That was like maximum speed. Took that really nicely. Squashed, sandwiched into the wall there. Now it's been interesting. Thanks for all of your comments on the first video. I do read all of those, and we'll be looking to make videos and any suggestions you guys have sent me. I've had lots and lots of suggestions. I'll be covering those. The next video will be looking at the car shop, and then after that we'll be looking at the upgrades and painting your car. I'm often rubbish at painting my car. I'll paint the odd logo maybe. I painted a couple of cars in Forza 3. Took ages. Not that I have that kind of time these days. I'll leave that to specialist paint guys to crack on with. So back up this hill, but down in 5th place. I don't really have any power to close on these guys. I could really do with an upgrade at this point. Still running the stock car. Not great on that final corner, but it wouldn't have made any difference, and that race is over.
It takes a certain type of guy to admit defeat. Don't be that guy. Come back here and get that win.
So that's the end of that one. No doubt many more to come. And a few more points as well. Now at the moment I don't have any Xbox Live attached to this, so it's not giving me any rivals. It was working on Xbox Live yesterday, but not today. So clearly I've missed out on the opportunity to test the online options at the moment, probably until release, but we'll wait and see. If they do have the option of an online test, I'd very much like to get on there and see some of the online modes in action. I know many of you have been asking for them. It's one of those things we're going to have to wait for at this stage. So you can challenge people on the road, I was just saying there, and I decided to challenge this person here, and unfortunately looking at the way they're just pulling away from me now, it does appear that I'm slightly limited on power, so the chances of winning are unlikely at this stage. it is difficult seeing some of the turnings and turn-offs sometimes due to shadows and just how unsighted some of the corners are, and sometimes they can be slightly sharper than you anticipated. Little nudge there pushed me into the oncoming traffic. That was cheeky. But, losing a lot of ground again. The AI does feel very rubber band, it has to be said at the moment though. They can speed off in the lead and then you close up on them, and as soon as you're in the lead they drive like crazy to overtake you and then slow down again. So it's quite curious at this stage. However, I do seem to have more speed in these higher gears. Not that I'm able to make anything of them.
In 400 meters, you will arrive at your destination.
At least there's no major hits for knocking into that traffic. But as you can see there, lost the challenge. Was never really going to win that one realistically. Again, it's just proving to me that I really do need to unlock a bit more in the way of upgrades, and so that's the next thing I'm going to look for now, is the upgrade store, I think. Oh no, another race first, as you do.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Turn around when it is safe. I don't think any of us really care, do we? Honestly, it's an interesting line to have in the game, but it is a curious one. When it is safe, turn around. So now a cruise. It's just nice, you know. I mean, the graphics obviously are so nice. It's a really nice place to tour around. You know, you don't always feel the need to go really, really fast. Sometimes you can go nice and slowly and have a cruise. I'll be having a little slow cruise on a later video once I've tested the wheel and got it set up more comfortably. Again, this was just a quick early play to show you guys some stuff and to resolve some of the questions and concerns some of the people have on this game. I think the online modes are still very important as to how they work. I'm looking forward to seeing how the game plays online and what there is to do.
400 meters, turn left.
And around these final couple of corners. Nice to just slide the car.
In 200 meters, you will arrive.
Nice sound and sound effects as ever in Forza. They really do a cracking job.
You have arrived.
You're sure making progress in this wristband, but don't forget there's still plenty of events ahead. Your car isn't eligible for this event, but you have one in your garage that is, if you want to enter.
Okay, so changing to my other car then. Not the one necessarily I'm keenest on, it is a bit sloppy. But this race is a lot of fun that we're about to run into now. Again, nice little effects in terms of leaves being brushed up, good feeling of speed. Before we explore more of the map. It's interesting though seeing the feedback on the game. Obviously you have a lot of Forza purists who are not too keen on the direction this is going in, but I do stress to everybody that you know, this is merely a spin-off. Forza Motorsport will continue. It's unaffected. The team making that game is unaffected. As for whether this should be called Forza, a lot of people are saying it shouldn't be. I think it, you know, so far it's about how it's integrated. You know, it's going to take time, I think, to find the right balance. You know, several versions of it need to be produced. You know, we can't just produce a game that's just for the expert player. It's got to be for everybody, but it's got to have something that's going to interest everybody. Everybody's got to find their piece that they want of this car world, and I really do feel that in the next generation they're going to realise the potential of this here, because the potential for open world driving is huge if you can get it right and tie a world together that's going to work. You know, some people are going to want cop chases, they are going to want other things. Some people are going to want tuning, different environments and cities to travel to. You know, the potential is huge on this, and I think building a long-term plan would be interesting to see what the studios come up with. Certainly on Forza Motorsport, I think it's only a matter of time until we begin to see open wheel cars. And I spoke to Dan Greenwater about that on an interview last year, where he talked to me a bit about the complexity of the body flex of some of the open wheel cars and integrating those into Forza and waiting until it's the right time. I hope if Forza 5 is on the new console, then that's going to be the right time, you know, and they can really move forward without restriction. So, bit of a bump and bashy ride, not really the best race, but a great feeling of speed there. And we come to the end of so quick, isn't it? Such a quick race. Could have been a bit longer, but it's only, look at that, 1 minute 30 and the race is over. I would prefer sometimes races to be a little bit longer, but either way, intense fun action, and I think that that's going to keep you competing against your friends, constantly battling for that best time, much in the same way as you would on, say, even something like Trials HD, you know, Trials Evolution. There is that competitive element to even the short runs. So now deciding if I want to stay in that car, and I think to myself, you know, that was good fun, I will stay in it, and I'll go for a little cruise. There is the festival at the core of it all. There were girls on the trailer, I haven't seen any yet. Where are they? They need it to be a bit more like Outrun, don't they? Take someone for a drive and have heart mode, I think that would add a lot to it. So just having a little tour, as you do, you know, just bashing into somebody for the sake of it. You're going to have these mad moments, I think, when you play Forza Horizon, where you just want to crash into cars and create pile-ups for no apparent reason. And now I'm having a look around thinking scenery's nice, but you know what, I need to go somewhere. I'm recording a video here, so let's check out the next race.
Turn around when it is safe to do
that guy's just turning in on me. What disgraceful driving. I had right of way. Right, so off we go then. Have a little tour now.
Turn right.
That's another thing that's in here. There's no trucks, is there? Oh, there is kind of, but not proper ones, you know. Big lorries. That's what we want. So a nice power slide there, using all the road and more. It's nice to have these open roads for cornering like that. So using a bit of the outside car view as well for you guys. I'm trying to show you all I can from this game, you know, nice selection of different views. Narrowly avoiding some of the cars there, but keeping control.
In 400 meters, keep right.
On the brakes nice and early. I'm aware there's some traffic there, so I wanted to go around the outside of it. And I know how this car understeers. Parking nicely at the next point.
Keep it up, and you can get a slot in the green wristband events. You can't enter this event in that car. You need to select another one from your garage.
So selecting a different car then, which was a bit of a shame. I was just getting used to that one as well. But of course, I'll need to upgrade all of these later, because I am feeling that some of my cars aren't necessarily competitive at the moment for these races. But I just wanted to have a little tour. I think before you do anything, you want to drive around. I think my next video is just going to be, you know, probably having a nice cruise. Actually, no, the next video is going to be looking at all the different cars in the game. The one after that, then maybe. We'll wait and see. So let's start the race, which I'm probably going to lose, but I'll do my best to try and keep up with my stock car.
Hey, newbie, keep those pretty eyes open. You might learn something.
There's attitude there, isn't there? No one can be friendly with cars, can they? Everyone's got to be moody and racy. Not like real life, is it? Everyone's best mates. No, not really. Anyone who's been involved in a car club will know. Yeah, there's gossip. That's what car clubs is about. Gossip. And having a moan.
You hit 240th in the popularity rankings.
So, trying to maximise my speed with the car. Obviously, uphill, you're going to need to be shifting gears and looking at how your peak performance of your car, understanding how much torque it's got, and you know what's the best way to drive it and maximise it really. Certainly do better this time though. And what I'm feeling a bit more is the limit of grip when it comes to those corners. You can hear the tyres. Really nice feeling there as the tyres are reaching their limit of performance. So I've got a bit more speed here as the car moves up a couple of gears. Good grip, but slower on this section than I would like. Up the hill. not as quick as I would like, but trying to still maximise my time. Wide there, it's lost me time. I have to admit the wider exit wasn't too bad because I carried more speed through the apex on some of these. It's just mainly the gradient that kind of pushes you wide. So around this final corner and not quite getting the speed I needed to there. Didn't get the car in right, so lost time and acceleration. That's probably cost me this race. But as I say, it's on the hardest setting, and obviously with that tuning, that'll become a lot easier for people once they've actually, I say tuning, upgrade parts. So a few points there.
You're moving on up. I've got a green wristband waiting for you over at Race Central. See you there.
Okay, so got my green wristband. I'll be picking that up at some point. And that will unlock many additional events as well, which we'll be seeing in the coming days. Now, of course, with these videos, you know, I'm unlocking a very small portion of the game. Here's a challenge.
But you won't beat me one-on-one. I'll stake my car on it. Come find me if you're man enough.
So the challenge is set, but I think to myself, well, bearing in mind I've just lost the last couple of races, really, I could do with an upgrade. Come on, it won't select the right one. Keep going round and round. There we go. Upgrade the car first, because obviously, as you've seen, I've not been competitive in those last few races, so we might as well get a couple of upgrade parts. So now it's time for a tour back to the festival.
In 400 meters, turn right.
And you can, of course, you can drive these bits any way you want to. You can challenge other guys there,
Turn right.
or you can just have a slow cruise.
100 meters, keep right. Keep right.
Though I will admit, at the moment, less speed is actually a better thing. I do find that you can tend to crash and lose lots of time, so it's better just to slow down on some of these sections. Twisty roads. Slowing down a bit now as well. Some of these blind corners.
In 400 meters, turn right.
I know I keep mentioning about the graphics in this game, but I really do love the detail and what they've got here. I do quite like the colour and style they've given the game. It does make a nice break away from what will be the ever more serious Forza Motorsport. So into the auto show. That wasn't where I meant to go, but as you can see, this is the first look to see the cars that are available.
So treat yourself to a car token or two. You know, you really need that car you've been drooling over.
So a quick flick then through the many cars that are available, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'm actually not going to flick too much now. Instead, I'm just going to save my browsing of this for a later video, rather than buy anything right now. And you'll see what I settle for in a later video. Radical, nice to see that making an appearance. Toyota, no MR2s. I was considering getting an MR2, but there was no MR2s. So I thought to myself, no, I'm not going to do any drifting. No tofu delivery for me. Instead, I'm going to make a tour now and find the body shop, get my car sorted out, and let's pop in here. He'll try and con me, tell me I need parts fixed that don't really need to be fixed, as you do.
Any car you own, I can work on it. Go ahead, browse the upgrades.
So for now, I've just gone into the auto upgrade because for the purposes of the video, I do just want to tune the car and you know, get it upgraded and get out and have that race. But obviously, we'll come back on a later video and look at all the different engine parts that are available. Now, obviously, this car can be heavily upgraded, but for the moment, I'm just going to do a slight upgrade. Otherwise, knowing my luck, I'll upgrade it too much and then it won't be eligible for any of the races. And at this stage, that's always a massive pain, because then you have to downgrade your car to get it into an event or buy a new car. So I'll just get that done. Auto upgrade. And I'm looking at the camera in the background there. Always nice to see the detail. Of course, I have no upgrade setup saved or anything like that. Custom upgrades as well. Just had a little browse, really see what's there, and as you can see, the menus, you'll recognise them obviously from Forza 4. Very similar style. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to come back to this later, just to stop any, I think really just to stop any kind of arguments, or you know, people aren't really certain what's in the game, they're concerned, so
we've got kits for everything worth racing.
I think to myself, I could put some modifications on, but I won't right now. I do want to keep these videos simple, and then come back to another video for those who specifically want to see those elements rather than just the gameplay itself. So, on to the next section then, which is my race. And hopefully my upgrades have done what they need to do in terms of performance. So let's take a look where we've got to go now. Select the target, Ramona Cravashi. Is that? And
turn around when it is safe to do so.
Which way am I going? I'll go this way. Not the safest roundabout in the world, as we've discovered in a previous video. It's a good example there of a turn-off. Sometimes I can be by a turn-off and not know it according to the GPS. You think it's a few yards ahead of where it actually is. You can drive past a turn-off pretty easily. Having a tour, looking around the car, looking around the windows. And now we'll have our cruise and get to the next location. Of course, the night effects are always a welcome addition. Nice glow there. Do you see that kind of foggy glow under the lights? That kind of cold, nighty feel. I like that. It's a nice touch. It's always a full moon in this place. So I'm thinking, which way do I go there? Ah, didn't see the next road. It's sometimes tricky seeing some of your turn-offs. I can't always see them very well, especially when you don't know the roads at all. You know, a lot of these I'm exploring for the first time. I'm taking it nice and slowly, and it says sharp left. I'm thinking it was sharp left ahead, and there it is. So we'll drive over there then. Now we have our first star showdown. So which car will I use? Well, I'll go with this one. And see how we get on. At least this car is quite stable to drive. Might not be as quick as I would like it to be, but it's had a little upgrade, so it should be more competitive now, thankfully. So it's 1-on-1. Away we go. I'll be up against Ramona. So, revving my engines, having a look to the side, see how we get away. I think not bad getaway, and then oh dear, my engine hasn't quite got the power I would like. So I can see that this is going to be another race which is hard work. So really I needed to move up to A class to be competitive. You know, I dare I say, I drive pretty hard here, but I can see that I'm going to need to upgrade to be comfortably ahead. But took that section as quick as I could. I've had to be a bit risky with the driving, and this car is actually on the limit And I'm thinking, where am I going? Visibility is not great. The little blue lights, laser lights, do help a bit to give you an idea on direction. And that's where it all goes wrong for me. I just didn't see the turn off. I saw the other road and thought, oh well, that's it, this race is over. Just didn't see the turn off at all. I got slightly mixed up with the road ahead. And so now I just drive a bit recklessly now, bashing into stuff. It's pretty obvious I'm not going to win this one, so I might as well drive the rest of the course to at least learn it, so next time I do it I'll actually complete the course. But it gives you an idea of the challenge. You know, there's no co-driver. And from the rallying I've been doing, of course you've got a co-driver telling you which way to go. But when you're constantly having to look down to see the GPS, it's just sometimes not quite enough when you don't know the roads very well and can't quite see where you're going, especially in some of these low light conditions. And if you've ever, driven a car at night, it is always more disorientating than it is obviously in the daylight, because you can see where you're going. So corners can seem longer than you expect. Never mind, I'll try a bit of cross country here, see if I can find some more speed. But this race is over. But it's a good example the same. Didn't see that corner coming at all. And again, that was a corner that was actually harsher than I expected. It just looks like a little high-speed kink on the GPS, but in reality it was a heavy braking. I wanted to do that. I don't know why. I just thought, you know what, let's bash him out the way. And over the finishing line. So a loss that time, which was disappointing. I think certainly, again, my car's performance wasn't quite what I'd like it to be, but either way, turning off on the wrong road basically ended that challenge. But more cash, more experience, and now I'll drive off and get my green wristband, which will then give me access to additional events. And do give me your feedback on these kind of videos. Do you prefer videos like this, which are longer and just more chat to them as well? Or do let me know what you'd like to see in terms of video coverage, and I'll produce what I can. I mean, you can see here, what I'm showing is actually the tip of the iceberg of this game. I could make 50 of these videos and you still wouldn't see all the game has to offer. It is absolutely huge in terms of what you have to drive around and do, what you can explore. Just a shame you can't explore some of the environments a bit more, because it would add so much to what you already have.
Once you've discovered an outpost, you can fast travel back to it from anywhere, all for a price. Just select the outpost you want from your map, pay the fee, and then we do all the hard work to make sure you're placed just outside it.
Okay, so that's interesting. The fact you have to pay a fee is a bit harsh, isn't it, honestly? I think that's one issue with Forza, I'm just concerned about that. The cars are so expensive. You're always paying for stuff. It's almost as difficult to earn them in the game as it is in real life. I tell you, some of these cars are very expensive, going to require a lot of play, but we'll have to see in the later races whether you earn tons more cash and whether that will make up for it. Another good example there of how disorientating the road can be at night. Again, using the behind car view for you guys who'd like to see that view.
In 400 meters, turn left.
Another game of this style, as I say, for an open world game of this style, or open road game. It's a nice addition to have this handling with a bit more detail to it than we used to. Certainly the handling on test drive wasn't very subtle, it has to be said. So a little shortcut there. Again, almost going the wrong way.
In 200 meters, turn right. Turn right.
Getting the corners on me just a little bit sooner than I'd expected
That was one
there.
of Dak's discount signs. Smash them to get discounts on your upgrades at Dak's garage in the festival.
So again, we come into the festival, the fireworks there, always looking fantastic.
In
Every
400
night.
meters, turn right.
Taking it nice and slow. Ready for the nutters to avoid them where possible.
Turn
I have found
right.
that if you just drive around the outside sensibly, actually you can avoid them. Paint shop, we'll come back to that later. Marketplace is not available at the moment. Car club's not available at the moment because that's online only.
Turn right.
And Race Central, where we pick up our band.
Congratulations, a green wristband? This opens up a lot of new events for you. You're moving up in the world.
So, green wristband get, and of course that will unlock plenty more events so I can earn more money, pay for more upgrades for my cars, and then go back and win those races I've not won yet as well. So lots and lots to do still there, and that's just with the game so small at the moment. And of course the other videos we're going to look at, I'm just looking at the whole map there just to show you how much there is to actually drive around, and there is a lot to explore, a lot of side roads. And of course we'll explore some of the more built up areas at some point as well. And now I can complete in green events. So I'm going to leave it there for now, viewers. And as ever, there'll be more content in the coming days. Do give me your feedback. And as ever, more soon.